What's up guys, my name is Timbo, and with just a few months left before the Rise of Iron DLC comes out for Destiny, I wanted to make a video talking about 3 things that I want to see in the expansion. And since there's really nothing else to do in Destiny at the moment, I decided that this was the perfect time to do so. Now before I get started, as a disclaimer, I'm not going to be referring to bug fixes, nerf this, buff that types of things on this list. Also, there's no facts behind anything I'm about to say, and so it is unlikely that we will actually see any of these things in the DLC, but I'd like to express my opinion anyway. This is my own personal list of additions to the game that I believe will make the game better, and more importantly, more fun. One type of comment that I tend to see rather frequently from longtime Destiny players is that the game was more fun in year 1. I think that the deletion of elemental primaries plays a big role in that. There was something about earning a weapon like the Fatebringer in the Vault of Glass, and then going into the Nightfall with your friends and decimating every enemy with just a few shots. The raid weapons were awesome in the Vault of Glass, and even in Crota as well. But in year 2, the King's Fall primary raid weapons certainly look the part, but at least for me, are best at being infusion fuel. The issue is that every raid weapon has a better counterpart of the same archetype, basically making them useless no matter what perks you roll on them. The raid hand cannon is notoriously bad, however, if you could roll one with solar, arc, or void on it, I think people would use it for nightfalls or heroics at least. There needs to be an incentive for obtaining and keeping these weapons in both the raid and the lighthouse chest. In Trials, if I get 7 wins, I'm fine, because the loot in the lighthouse chest has become completely worthless after you get the emblem the first time. I can get 335 gear, weapons, and exotics without even going flawless. Back in year 1, I wanted to get to the lighthouse every week because the weapons there were elemental. Now all you get is a bonus decent perk in a different paint job. Bungie eliminated elemental primaries because they said that it would make the game too easy. But if I had beaten the hard raid multiple times to obtain this loot, shouldn't I feel rewarded and have a PvE advantage over others? Other than taking down shields, elemental primaries really only come in handy with a burn, which at the current time is only available in nightfalls and heroics. Bungie made it easier for everyone to reach max light, which is something that I am totally fine with, but I want there to be a way for hardcore players that did the raids or went to the lighthouse to be able to show advantages over those that got their max light loot through packages, engrams, or Iron Banner. I understand that Bungie doesn't want to make their game too easy for those that have quote-unquote mastered it, and that weapon diversity is important to them. But honestly, I'd play the game more if I had those awesome, powerful weapons, because with those in my hands, the game was simply more fun. Secondly, the Crucible has really been a mixed bag for a lot of people. It's fun to play, but there's really not enough substance and creativity to it. Really sweaty PvP players have been crying to Bungie for this for a long time, and honestly, it would benefit a lot more people than just them. The addition of custom games in the Crucible would lead to a surplus of awesome moments. It would be great for those that take PvP very seriously, sometimes too seriously, to host tournaments and other things that MLG people do. I don't know. But for someone like me who likes to make videos, or even just for casual players, custom games can add a ton of replayability with limitless possibilities to the game. People could do whatever they want in these, such as coming up with their own gameplay requirements, game modes, or simply being able to face off against their friends easily. This would obviously take money and manpower, but it is an addition to the game that makes a lot of sense. And with Lord Saladin being on the cover for Rise of Iron, I'm hoping for new Crucible editions like this. And of all the things on this list, I'd hope in saying that this is the one that has the best chance of coming true. Just as a side note before I go on to my last point, dedicated servers as well as a map voting system would be a nice addition too, because that way I never have to play in Vertigo again. Everybody dance now, boom, boom, boom. Fell off the map again, boom, boom, boom. I hate that map. To finish off my list, it's sort of a weak last point, but in the end I really just wanted to say that I want more of the same in regards to year 2 and how things were done. I think that the Taken King made strides in making the game better as a whole in how loot was earned and upgraded. In the Rise of Iron, I want just as many, if not more, cutscenes, more story, and more quests of all kinds to complete. Another thing that I really liked in the Taken King was the Touch of Malice itself. It's a weapon that you needed to build and is built specifically for the boss encounter of Oryx. It's not godly everywhere like the Vex was, and it wasn't suckish everywhere like Necrochasm was either. It's okay in most places, but shines in King's Fall where it should. It was also awesome how the storyline kept going through the Taken War quest until it was finally time to put an end to Oryx in the raid. It was clear, linear, and I never felt bored no matter what I was doing in the game. The additions of quests were great, and I hope to see Rise of Iron play out in a similar fashion. I just hope that the content after the main chunk of the expansion fades is better this time around, because Halloween masks and Valentine's Day doubles can only keep me interested for so long. And when I say that, I mean not really at all. Destiny is a game that started out as a disappointment for many people, but over the past 2 years it has grown significantly in every single area. While there are still things that I feel need to be added to make this a better experience for everyone, I am still extremely excited for the new expansion coming out this September, and I hope to look back on it a year from now and see visible changes to how the game has grown. But that's all I got, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you could please leave a like, it is greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts and suggestions. I'll be sure to read every single one. Thank you once again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.